Hello guys, welcome back to another thrilling match at Petrie's Games in Colorado Springs, Colorado. I'm Steven.
I am Robert.
And you're watching this video, so you probably know that we're affiliated, associated, and a part of, as well as the founders of TeamCovenant.com.
Resistance is futile.
And we have some great players here to show off at this match here. We have Ryan on the left, we have Josh on the right. Both great guys. Very much appreciated hanging out with them. And we're going to get right kicked off with Iain versus Next Design. So we have a couple R&D accesses off the top. Jackson getting trashed, seeing another card, not caring. Pretty aggressive for Iain, really. And then we have some Motivation and Oracle May, the most beautiful combo in Netrunner to date.
Is it really?
It truly is. Motivation, look at the top card of your deck at the start of your turn. Oracle May, name the top card of your deck. If it's what you called, draw it and gain 2 credits. So you can see how that would be great.
That would be great.
That is awesome.
I want that.
All right, Josh, you installing a remote there. And he's going to gain a couple credits.
1 credit, 2 credit.
Motivation, taking a peek. And we're going to use Oracle May with absolutely no consequences. It's, what is that, hardware, I think. Gaining 2 credits. And what an engine. You get a card draw and 2 credits. Oh my goodness. It's so good. This should probably be in every deck.
It's beautiful. Except Corp decks.
Except Corp decks. None in there.
Nope. Too bad for them.
What else are we doing with Iain? What are we doing here with Iain? Ryan, what are we doing?
I don't know.
Is he going to sit back and wait, let that first agenda get scored? No, he's going to...
Oh, he's looking at it.
He's going to check remotes.
You want this pad?
Trash the pad campaign. And I remember Ryan playing a very much like an asset denial game with his Iain, which I think is really cool. Pretty smart. Just don't let them get set up.
Drawing some cards.
Draw a card to finish it out. And back over to Josh. Taking a look, really having to consider what to do here. Next Design wants to get off to a very quick start, but Iain Sterling kind of makes that a bit different. You don't exactly want to score right off the bat and start giving him 2 credits a turn. So he's going to advance a card and gain a credit. Motivation is going to see that card. And then we're going to Oracle May it for 2 credits in the card.
I would like it.
It was a data dealer. Obviously, Josh up to some cool stuff.
That really is a great combo.
Maybe a little worried about Shikyu in the post-Honor and Profit meta. Data dealer, a nice little one-of for that reason.
Second, spending.
Second, spend some stuff to inside job that thing.
What you got?
There's an
Oh,
APD.
duder.
Oh no. And that actually is good for him. I think if you're running Iain, you really, unless you just want to blank him out of the box, you don't want to score an agenda right away. I think I would much rather Josh score that agenda and give me 2, 4, 6 credits and then maybe try to even the odds. Otherwise, you know what? Run Gabe or someone. That's the way I feel about it, at least.
Good old Gabe.
2 more credits on the back end. Josh drawing his card, mandatory, and going to go ahead and advance out that NAPD.
There it is.
That is an awful exchange for Josh, honestly. He turns on Iain's 2 credits, has to spend all that time and money to get 2 points out, and now this should spiral out in Ryan's favor.
Let's see. Will it? Will it?
Motivation Oracle May. Just use Oracle May first turn and just, I think Josh would agree. It's like, just always draw it, gain 2. You don't need to remember it for the 2 seconds. All right, gaining 2 credits for the Oracle May. So now we're at 4 credits for a click, just because of Iain's ability in Oracle May. Very, very strong. We'll see if Ryan can capitalize. There's access to Global Sec. That probably gives Josh a hint that this is an Underworld Contacts build. And we'll see if we see those contacts.
Last 2.
First is Hostage, and Hostage may be into Underworld, which I'm not terribly fond of, but it makes some sense.
There it is.
All right, there it is.
It's on the board.
So Ryan using this opportunity to basically going to play remote control here, I think, and just going to gain as much money as possible in the meantime. Now gaining 3 credits for nothing, and spending the first click to gain 2 and a card. So I think this looks great for him.
Pretty fantastic. Pretty fantastic.
Josh drawing his mandatory card. Not done much outside of just those 2 pieces of ice early on in the game. And don't really need to if you're not going to be scoring. And a lot of times against Iain, you don't. You want to wait.
Because, yeah.
I think you want to wait, get all the cards that you need, get perfectly set up, then score that first agenda, and hopefully ride the train out. First is install, and then going to gain some credits.
The credit train
Ryan gains 3.
has such a good set of abilities.
And then motivation triggers Oracle May to gain 2 more in Underworld Contact, which is nice. It's probably what Ryan's looking for here. He's trying to establish a very dominating economy. We'll see what he can do with it. That's ultimately the question that Iain has to ask. A lot of players going with a big vamp to make that a thing. I know that Joe and Tim at the store, Joe really came up with that deck here recently that launches a logos into vamp for credit abuse. Usually Iain is about the only runner that can truly out-credit a corp that's trying. And hostage for another Underworld. So now we have a play set of Underworlds out. We're going to be getting
That's so many.
5 credits for nothing, and then really 7 credits for a click. And that's just so good.
That's bonkers. Just bonkers.
And it looks like Josh installs and gains some credits. And then start of the turn, gaining 5. What do you do about that?
Generally, I would think you lose.
I think you lose here. I think Josh, having not really gained the tempo that he needed early, there's the Logos. It's going to make it even worse.
Yep.
Next design, especially against Iain, needs to just really score 3 agendas like
Real
first
quick.
5 turns.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that's possible. But now you're just looking at kind of an insurmountable problem. I don't know what the best line is here for Josh. I really don't.
Me either, man. I feel like
you
it's
gotta-
kind of battleship sunk kind of
You
moment.
gotta hope there's just no breakers, that maybe Ryan doesn't draw any breakers at all.
The torpedo
Or
is
special
already
orders.
in the water.
Edge of World.
See ya.
Boy, you would have liked to see that actually down in that remote. That's one thing that could potentially hurt Iain a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Take a couple brain damage, Iain. Who's so smart now?
Who's laughing now?
Third is draw, or last is draw, I should say. Josh drawing some stuff.
Just moving along.
These next design decks, I think, really need to hit a second turn beta test.
Yeah.
That's really where these decks shine. They need to hit those 2 to 3 pieces of free ice on that turn and just hurtle up. Installing a card, gaining a credit.
That's nice.
Gains 5, looking for motivation, and Oracle May is going to pick it up for 2. It's a special order. That's the last thing you want to see.
Yeah.
All right, run that remote.
Check it out.
I only assume.
Mm.
You know what they say about assumptions.
Well, we were doing that
They're
before.
the right and proper thing to do. At all times. They come with no consequences
Assume
whatsoever.
everything at every turn, especially Netrunner. When has that ever gone wrong?
Never. Always assume the worst and always play your best. Put that on a wall somewhere with a cat on it or something.
Assume the best and play your worst. Netrunner.
It cost me 20 to get in, but that's probably an agenda,
It was
right?
worth it. I got one agenda out of it.
Looks like second place can be R&D. Yeah, we see a little piece of ice like a Victor.
What's our vector, Victor?
I think you want to see this remote, right? See the remote. I like second click, see the remote, then you can special order out the breaker to get in. Or maybe he wants a Logos trigger here.
I would like a Logos.
He just saw Edge of World, so that might have put Iain on his guard.
He's slowing down.
It's like, well,
I'm on the edge of the
there's
world.
3. So I think if you're going to run it, I like second click run there.
No resi?
Josh is going to touch all the ice and access an Edge of World. So it was the almighty Edge of World.
Indeed.
Yeah, I think about the only good play Josh has here is sticking him with 3 of those for the game.
Who's laughing now?
Logos and a data dealer. Nobody cares. Not the greatest brain damage pulls.
But hey,
Josh would have liked to see better there.
the brain has been damaged,
Yeah.
which is sometimes all that matters. Man, I still love those kind of Jello mold looking brain damage tokens.
Ouch. My brain. My brain. Yeah, there's 2 ways to look at it. We went the other direction with it. We went with the medical bracelet style. Hey, your brain's not really like coming apart. You just, you took a spill and now you're healed.
It's metaphorical brain damage.
But beware.
Yeah.
It's like you got a concussion yesterday, so don't go running your head into things. But Iain here, looking like his brain is literally exploding, which I hope is the case. Because he looks like a very smart man. Explosive brain would do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
Hedge fund. Why wouldn't you?
He's got that Oberyn Martell exploding brain technique.
Oh, nothing like seeding references to games in other game videos. Motivation. What do you got? I feel motivated. I wonder if Oracle May and Exile are dating. Maybe that's what's meant to be represented there. First,
is Harmony still around?
An alias
in the future?
Oh, well, let's hope so. Probably called Z Harmony though. It's the future.
Or Mega Harmony.
We got a Central only breaker. Is this Ian's plan? 2 is R&D.
Ooh, R&D run. Very exciting.
It's like a red card there.
It's very red.
I think Josh has some evil tricks up his sleeve.
It's a big red.
What we know is that it wasn't a snare. That's what we can be assured of. It was red, but it wasn't a snare.
Not a snare.
Man, when you're on next design, you know what? The last thing you want at turn like 10 or 15 is an NAPD scored. Like that's the only thing that's happened. That makes engineering the future look so much better here.
Yeah, it does. Why weren't you running it? I ask you.
I mean, next sometimes can really get on top of a game, but just didn't work out here. I think Josh had a bad mulligan. I remember talking to him after this game that he mulliganed into some really non-ideal cards.
That is one of the most disheartening things in any game, Netrunner or otherwise.
Yeah, it's like, especially go from an average hand to just the worst hand.
Why did I even
Special
bother?
order. What are we getting here? I'm getting a corroder. What do we get to decide what Ian is? We're going all centrals here. We got a passport. What are we doing? Breach? Show me the money. Show me the money.
I don't think he needs money.
Ryan, hit me.
There it is.
Oh, it's a Crypsis.
Wow, nice.
The classic breaker. The gentleman's breaker.
Ask for it by name. Crypsis,
I'm like a Crypsis. Neat, please. No tokens. I run mine neat. All right, Josh. Coming back over. Mandatory draw.
And then...
First is green level. Nothing like a little GLC to get your game going. Looks like he drew into Vitruvius there. Which is both good and bad. I don't know.
You could start scoring something.
There's a restructure. Oh,
Nice.
baby. We're getting to Ian levels of money.
Credits for days.
Is it Ian or Iain? I think it's Iain.
Oh,
if I know anything about words.
I want to agree with you, but I think that's just not correct.
Well, there's an I in there for some reason. That's all I'm saying.
Ian.
Iain. You eyeing me?
Calmer than you are.
I think this is just great for Josh. I'm sorry, for Ryan. I just don't know. It's kind of this weird Ian control deck thing that's going on. I just don't know how you get out of this hole.
Yeah.
The answer, I believe, is that you don't get out of the hole.
We need a reverse account siphon right now.
That's right.
Take the credits from the runner.
Run an R&D. Only one virus counter. That's fine. Kind of bold.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man. Glary Ice.
Glare Ice.
I think it's Victor.
Bustin'.
Breaking through and scoring.
Ooh.
Hey, that'll shut down that money at least. Man, where did that glare come from? It was literally non-existent before now.
Well, you kind of had those matty-looking metallic sleeves. Man,
1,000 special orders coming down the pipe here. Jeez.
Did you order something? I got a brat here with extra kraut. No mustard.
Josh is drawing his card. And how do you make a scoring window when somebody's getting all this money? I guess now it's evened out, so he'll only be getting 3 a turn. Well, really 5 with Oracle May. Installing over. Yeah, it is a Victor that we saw. And spinning a credit.
And then...
And drawing a card for the final click. The thing that I hate the most.
You knew you were going to draw a card. Why don't you draw it first? I can hear Stephen Woolley somewhere in the background.
You can hear me in the background. Being a weirdo. There's a crash space.
Sweet cards. Look at all those credits.
Credits everywhere.
Nothing but credits.
Second click.
What's next?
3 for a daily cast. Do we need more money here?
I think so.
Do we need more money, Ryan?
Yes, I would, Kent.
Just in the money.
Because there's nothing like money when you already have it. And ample money at that.
Ample money.
Ample monies.
You know, they say you got to spend money to make money.
It's true.
And boy, it's pretty easy to play that daily cast when you're sitting on 15 credits. I'll just put a small dent now for a great gain later.
That's right. Just go ahead and seed for the future. Because if you don't do it now, when?
Crypsis gets a couple virus tokens. That's okay. Setting up for any kind of remote. That's the thing. It's like, what are you gonna do? What do you play? What do you do? How do you keep Ryan out of your servers here?
Not very well at this point.
How do you do it? You just, what do you get, more Edge of Worlds? I mean, there's just nothing to do here. And I think
You're gonna need some vicious traps.
Josh knows that. I know it.
All those other people know it too.
Zorak know it. Everybody knows it. And this is a really good way to actually leverage Iain. Or Iain. I'm going to call him Iain. This is a good way to leverage him because you literally just sit a Crypsis down, put some counters on him, and know that you can go anywhere.
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of corps aren't playing tricks, aren't playing traps. They're trying to fast advance stuff out. All they have
They're
that
just
goes
trying to
down
win
is
the game.
agendas. And there's the source to make it even more painful. Oh, baby.
Here it comes.
Baby.
Wait for it. Uh-oh.
I don't even think he plays source here.
Wow.
There's just
He's
no
holding
reason.
off.
I guess for Biotic.
It's a little redundant, but...
That is the saving grace that Josh has, those Biotic labors. So source is actually a great play here, to be honest with you.
Whoa.
Which, you know, I'm always here to be honest.
The ice is coming online.
There's a quandary. That's a good trade, actually, for Josh here. I'll spend 1. You pay 1 and a Crypsis counter. I kind of win there.
Yeah.
I'm just going to bounce it.
Click, click.
Ryan doesn't even want to spend 1. I love that.
His credits are precious to him.
I just want to see it.
And then...
R&D. Oh, man. Good luck.
Glare ice. What does it do? Nobody knows. Not us, anyway.
Our folks will know. The viewers know.
The viewers
It's being shown to you right now.
will know.
He's going to bounce on it. Could be an Eli. Felt like an Eli to me. Just felt like it.
I'm very strong in the force here.
Last action.
Trust your feelings.
Something out of the camera there. I want to hope that's the source. And if you want to hope, what's stopping you?
Assumptions?
I hope not. Right. First is Bioroad Efficiency. Oh, baby. Is that the Wotan?
It looks like it.
Hey, that's a great plan, Josh.
That is a big old piece of ice.
That is a great plan. Sad thing right now is that literally at this moment, Crypsis can break that piece of ice.
Yeah, anything it wants.
Without any problem at all. So, oops.
You think you're safe? There is no safety.
Man, so many credits, so much money. What if he just pops an agenda right outside that server there?
Boop. Yeah, res that Wotan and then score a nice 3-pointer right next to it. No defenses.
How? That would just be so ballsy, really.
I bet you thought that was something else.
Motivation.
Gotcha.
I haven't seen as much Motivation Oracle May as I probably should be.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't been playing as much as I probably should.
Are you gonna change that?
Yeah. Immediately.
Right now. Let me leave for about 5 minutes.
Yeah, that actually feels really good for Anarch.
Uh-oh, he's checking it.
What a great run declaration, by the way.
Yeah, I know. It's very decisive.
Yeah, very decisive chop. It's a chop and push. Really kind of intimidating.
Mm-hmm. It's a strong indicator.
Special order. What else could you possibly need?
I don't know.
I think Crypsis does all the heavy lifting here. Make it more efficient. Why not?
Think about it. And
there's Passport. Just these nice, cheap, efficient central breakers. Touch, touch. That's good.
Touch, touch.
That's going to do wonders. Do wonders for a little HQ access here.
What do I do? What's he do?
Oracle May guessing hardware.
Whoop.
Oh, first whiff. as Ryan says, that was dumb.
That was dumb.
We all do it.
An honest assessment. And it was an assessment, not an assumption.
Man, Josh, just a supreme bummer here. I mean, really, I've been in these games before. You're just looking across, and there's nothing.
Nothing to be done.
Nothing to be done. You got to hope for a biotic here. But you know he's got the source. I don't know. 2 biotics, get a bunch of money. 2 biotics, score at a 2-pointer.
Yeah. I mean, where does that put you?
Yeah.
Not far enough.
It puts you at him getting 2 credits a turn is what it does.
Yeah.
Thanks, Ian. I did kind of an in-between there, like an Ian.
Iain.
Boom.
Bam,
Beta
bam.
test. The source was not played, yeah?
Trigger it. No. Is he? No. See?
He does trigger logos. He did not play the source. This is kind of, I think, a mistake on Ryan's end. Unless he just wants to turn it on, which he very well might. He might just want to turn this thing on. I think you trigger beta test.
I always want to. I mean, I love that card.
He is triggering.
Nice.
And let it be known that the beta test triggers before Logos' search happens. Hey, that's okay. You got a piece of ice. You lost 2. That's probably a couple points there in the garbage pile, which is a real bummer.
Yep.
But I think Josh is right to trigger that. That's about the only thing you can do to try to get back in this.
Mm-hmm. He needs some defenses online, because that Crispy is out of control.
He is. He'll continue to be out of control.
Look
As
at
long as
that
you have
money.
money to shove into him, he can do anything you want.
Closed account, something. It's the only thing we can hope for.
Yeah, some kind of a tag closed accounts play, but we know that's not happening.
Nope.
HB doesn't tag anyone.
They don't tag nobody.
They don't care where you are.
Does Sherlock do tags?
No, nobody. Nothing.
Can't remember anymore.
Not a thing. Although a lot of people would be convinced that you could. Ah, there's the play. Keyhole. That's going to make these runs great.
It's very appropriate art for that card.
Yeah, this is very nice. I would love to see 2 keyhole runs and then an archives check. You probably win the game on that because of that botched beta test.
Botched beta test. Not the botched beta.
All right, Crypsis breaks the first piece of ice. Looks like Alias going to break the second. Getting 1 back.
And then, let's see what we got.
Getting 1 back. Why are we getting 1 back? Oh, getting 1 back for the break.
And nothing. Just ice.
Nothing.
Ice.
Welcome to Next Design. I have ice. I have ice. Toll Booth, that's a really good piece of ice to get rid of.
It's
about the only thing that slows this deck down a little bit right now.
Yeah, just a little bit. It's like
Keyhole
a speed
again
bump
here.
right now.
I'd like to see Keyhole again. You get 2 points. Put it in the trash. Looks good.
You gotta want it. You gotta get in there. Look for those agendas.
We're going back in?
Don't touch.
I think it's about 10 to get in there.
It's worth it. He's got the cash.
Yeah.
See?
There it is.
Make it happen. Win this game. 3 cards. Just
All right,
for
let's
you.
take a look. Whiff again.
Oh, too bad.
Just a total whiff. Man, that's a real bummer. I wouldn't even touch archives now.
Yeah.
I don't want to even this game up and not get my sweet 2 credits. And he's going to name resource on Oracle May, score it, surprise, 2 credits.
1, 2.
All
It's
right.
just that easy.
Going back over to Josh. And I guarantee you, watching him draw into an agenda right now. It's always how Keyhole works.
Put your money on it. $2.
Nope. Ice.
Womp womp. Let's see. What am I gonna do with $2?
Josh, out of money here. You
don't
really
know.
just need to build as much money up as possible, and then put 7 rungs of ice on everything. I mean, it's your only option here.
That would only take like 5 turns.
We're back to getting 5 credits at the start of the turn. 7 because of daily cast.
Thanks, Daily Cass.
Motivation, look at the top card. This is a very efficient deck. It's working really well.
Yeah, it didn't just churn out some cash.
Happy to see it.
But
Just Keyhole. I think you just Keyhole again.
take a look, why don't you?
I mean, if you get 5, you can Keyhole every other turn. I think that's fair. You're really getting 7 a turn. You can still threaten the remote pretty well. Although, there's no reason for Ryan to be in a hurry, right? You know what they say about being in a hurry.
Is it the same thing they say about assumptions?
No, it's the opposite.
Ugh. Can't believe I got that wrong.
A bear with beer.
Is a beer engineer.
That's what I've always said. I think he is keyholing again. I like that. I like it, Ryan. Get in there.
Would you like these 3 cards? Yes, please. Thank you.
And Ryan takes a look. What do we got? Oh, he says, are you running agendas? Therefore, he has not seen an agenda. Oh, man.
Goodness gracious.
So you know what that also could mean is that 2 cards off that beta test were agendas.
Ooh.
So I would probably...
Are you going back to check archives?
I'd probably be tempted to check archives here. I don't know. I'm not a very patient player, though.
I mean, I was kind of always of the school that you got to check everything.
You do. Ian just makes it weird.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause you don't want to jump ahead in agenda points. So that's kind of a bummer. But
It's a bummer, man.
I think you gain a credit in check archives in case you see that NAPD.
That's true.
And then if it's just an NAPD, you're like, all right, I'm not going to score that. I'll wait. Because, Robert, you can decline to steal agendas if they have an additional cost. Even if you can pay it. Rules forever.
Dang. That's a pro tip right there.
Pro tip. Coming at you straight from my mouth. Fall Guy goes down. And we'll just draw a card. I think there's a siphon there,
I would like
too.
a card, please.
Also looks good. More ice for Josh. Man. You know, this is just classic Netrunner.
Remember the good old days when Iain had all those credits?
Jan?
Iain. It's a soft I.
Watch next turn, though, as he
Jan.
recovers them beautifully.
Iain.
Jan. Ian actually kind of could be called Jan in a very just kind of derogatory way.
It's future phonetics.
He's not a very aggressive runner, therefore...
Uh-oh.
Hey, we're checking archives.
Checking.
Let's see if the instincts were correct.
Things are about to get interesting or not at all.
Are we just going to see a
Man,
pile of ice?
Look at all this stuff getting sorted out.
2 Edge of Worlds.
There we go. All right.
Oh, we see he is not running. This is on Josh's turn.
Oh, he's just checking it.
Check it.
Well, that's way less exciting.
All the non-ice cards are over there. You've got tons of ice in play. You've seen nothing but ice on keyholes.
Why aren't you just checking?
I think you should check archives. Watch, I bet he does it.
3 cards there?
Ryan's not a dummy. Not to say that it's the right play, but it's a good play, I think.
It's reasonable.
It's reasonable, especially I heard 8 minutes left in time. You've got to get on top of points here.
Like, look
Ian's
at 3 cards
ability
for free?
Or else.
I mean, it costs you a click, but essentially for free.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Whoa. I mean...
Well, now what's that going to do?
I mean...
Well, Josh better hope that he has some of the craziest ice. It's got to be so crazy, I don't even know what it looks like.
It's just...
To keep him out of this?
Maybe he has an extra Wotan that will ignore the unique rule and all that
I
good
just
stuff.
don't think it's going to... There's not a single piece of ice that protects you there.
Nope. You're right. Not a single piece.
There we go.
Not
Check
anymore.
It.
Yeah.
Check it. Follow your nose, Ryan.
Listen to Gandalf.
We get a sweet run declaration here, I have no doubt. Show me the chop.
Checking. Oh.
Ryan Chop Burke.
Chop. Wait for it. Come on, check that archives. Come on.
I'm just so curious now.
Come on. I want to see what that ice is more than what those potential agendas might be.
Card for 3. Making us wait.
And then he's going
See,
to last click run.
The problem you've got to run
archives.
into here is that Josh could draw through and find a Jackson Howard and just shuffle them back in the deck, and you've lost your window.
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a finesse to running archives.
Come on, let's see it. Oh,
Katie.
Katie Jones. Don't hit Katie.
Katie on last click. I'm a big non-last click Katie guy as well.
Tell us why.
She does... I feel like you should load her the turn that you play her. Or else why'd you play her?
It's true. Load her the same turn
So you
you
can
play
load her
her.
next turn, but like you may as well do something else because that doesn't affect the game positively at all for you. Just gives your opponent more information and gives you less credits.
That's a reasonable assumption.
I've always thought it was reasonable. I try to do reasonable things.
Oh man, would somebody please run archives?
Blue level clearance gets some money and some cards, and I think probably hoping for a Jacko here.
He's Backo.
I don't know that he saw one, but he
see an
did see a
agenda?
beta test.
Nice.
Little keyhole would have
He'll
done
trigger
wonders.
that beta test too. I can't believe archives.
Is the source out, by the way? That's what we have to ask ourselves. Because I feel like it isn't.
I think that's right.
Unless it's the very top card, but it's been there. That top card off the screen has been there forever.
Mm-hmm.
And we got a biotic beta test with it in play, so I have to imagine. Oh, that's a remote. And you've got to be looking at this and saying, nah, not running that.
Too obvious.
Nope. Not running that.
Come on, check archives. Please. Please.
Ryan looking at his options here.
I'll tell you one good option.
He's going to run HQ. That's very, very interesting to me.
Yeah, I would not have necessarily thought to have done that.
Ryan's a crazy man. He's the wild card. Could be I mean, it's reasonable to think that Josh is holding a bunch of agendas.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen one scored in a long time.
That's true.
We haven't seen one through R&D. We haven't seen one through keyholes.
And he hasn't run there in a while.
And he knows he can't put an agenda down. So this is actually, I think Ryan, the wild card Burke, has actually made a really good choice here. I rescind my past comment.
That was a quick rescinding.
Yep.
I like it.
Always be quick to rescind when you're quick to say things.
I changed my mind.
Here we go. Nope.
Ooh, too bad.
That's a bummer. That's a lot of credits for a whiff.
Mm-hmm.
Shut down the Wotan.
See you, Wotan. Boo. Now, you have to wonder, was that why he did that run?
Yeah, you've got to think that, but...
I'm thinking it.
Doesn't have a Crypsis counter, can't break the quandary.
It's true.
It doesn't much matter then, does it?
Maybe he was just getting himself set up. Who knows? I don't know.
He's going to run it. He's going to trash his Crypsis for this one.
I am not the expert.
Which is kind of... You got to think that second piece of ice is going to stop you cold here.
It's a pop-up window. Just kidding.
And it is. It's a guard.
Woo! Stop.
Well, hey, at least he can't score an agenda. Doesn't have the cash if it is down there.
Mm-hmm.
I think Money and Crypsis just running that server is okay. But Wotan is a bummer. I get that.
Pretty well confirmed, though, that it's an agenda sitting down there, though.
You think so?
I think so. I'm going to make an assumption.
It's a shame that Quandary is really doing so much
to?
work on Crypsis. That's kind of what Quandary's good for, honestly. Oh, another efficiency research. Get that Wotan back up.
You're back in the game. Now it's definitely an agenda.
Yeah, this is a really interesting now. I think this is just distraction and its finest use, even if that's an agenda. I gotta say, Robert, with 0 credits,
Yeah.
I think that Archives Ice is not going to get rezzed.
Why don't you just check there real quick?
I think you...
Wasn't Crypsis supposed to be trashed?
I think you check it.
Or did I miss something?
I feel like maybe so. That's what I feel in my heart. Maybe I missed the token as well, though.
Yeah, who knows? Not me, man.
Ooh. Ooh.
Man.
If there's 3 points or 4 points over there in... there's probably 4 or 5 points over there in Archives. If that's true, I'm going to...
See, he's distracted me so thoroughly with Wotan now that I've forgotten all about Archives.
Yeah, see? Josh really doing well here. Checking HQ.
All right.
I'm going to guess another shutdown in hand.
And...
Ichi.
Aw, no surprises there.
Last 2, same old thing, shut down the Wotan.
Dang.
We're dancing. These boys are dancing.
The question is, will Wotan come back?
Sometimes there's a forest for the trees argument to be made, and I see now
There's 3
agendas in hand.
Holy smokes.
So Ryan actually probably making the right calls here, but just missing those agendas. Where's that legwork? Where's that legwork?
Got to get in there.
All right, Josh, what's going to go on here? You need money.
I still want him to check archives just for argument's
I'm with you, man.
sake.
I'm with you.
Now that Wotan's gone, it's not nearly as exciting. Oh, 4 cards now. What?
You wish we had like an interactive interface here where it's like you can see what any card is at any time.
Players watching, 76% would like him to check archives now. Please check archives. Be like choose your own run.
By the way, remember the discussion about playing Katie and not clicking her?
Yes.
I want you to be aware of how this has worked.
Case in point.
Katie lost 2 credits, a card, and an action, and has done nothing the entire game. That's something just to watch out for as a player. I often make
But sometimes you just want
see.
Katie in your corner.
Sometimes you do.
Katie in your corner. Corner Katie.
Corner Katie.
You don't need her, but she's there if you do.
All right, do we click Crypsis twice and run that remote?
No. Oh!
Yes!
Oh!
Yeah.
Teasing us finally on the archives run.
Really surprised Crypsis does not have a counter here.
Oh, Ichi.
It's a code gate. That's nowhere. It's Victor. That's old alien Victor.
Alien Victor. Excuse me.
Okay. What do we got? Here, take a peek.
Damage.
Oh, we got 2.
It was worth it.
Nothing like giving yourself 2 less credits every turn. That was the gamble. I think if there's 4 points, that's really good. 2 points, I still think that's good, especially because we know time is on the way.
Yep.
If not here.
You need to start getting some points in.
Oh man, I really don't think he should have res that Victor. I think he's threatened the 3 advance, that agenda out the remote.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's just dead again. That makes Ryan way better. So now they are discussing the tiebreaker rules. Higher seed will
advance.
Will win. I think Ryan is the higher seed. I don't know if this is officially over yet.
Uh-oh. Doing some counting. And then... Ooh.
Fall Guy for 2.
And now... Ooh, going down the pipe.
Running the remote with no Crypsis counters. And...
Bold. Just bold.
I don't know what's going on here.
Oh,
man.
There it is.
Man, Crypsis should have been trashed, I feel like. That's not a central, yeah? Those are all central breakers. So, there's a weird end to a very bizarre Iain game. Josh really just kind of getting closed out by Ian's ability, and that Oracle May motivation combo just a little too much to handle. Thank you so much for watching, guys. That's from Petrie's Games in Colorado Springs, Colorado. We got plenty more coming from this regional tournament, so stay tuned. Robert and I will be here to keep you company.
Peace.